And it's just like, I think oftentimes it's like ritual is just a choice. It's just a choice to make more meaning than you might normally make of some of these moments, you know. And yes, we can be very intentional and create something that's quite involved, but ultimately it's a choice to make meaning, because I think we can also have rituals that are quite involved, and yet perhaps the choice to make meaning isn't there, and they don't land the same way, do they?
Yeah. Yeah, my definition has been evolving, and I tacked on to the end of my definition. I say a ritual is an intentional, symbolic action that hopes to create meaning. And I added the hope because I've tried rituals that just fall flat. They don't work. They don't give the meaning that I was seeking. Or if I'm trying to create a ritual in a group, it doesn't quite connect. And so then you kind of have to backtrack and think, okay, maybe my intention wasn't clear, or maybe the symbolic object I chose wasn't the right object. And I feel like it's such a dance, right? Of learning how to bring ritual into your life today. And tomorrow it might look totally different because, as you know, motherhood can like throw us into a realm where we no longer have an hour long morning to like drink our tea and write in our journal and sit and reflect on the meaning of life. It's you wake up and you're go, 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 and you just have to move. And so slivers of time, as my dear friend Kate Love taught me, bringing micro ritual, micro ceremony into that 1 minute that you get, and taking your teacup and transporting yourself to that creek, that is enough, and that can do it.
Totally. I speak to so many mothers for whom that's the case. I tend to work with mothers who are quite inclined toward ritual, who've maybe like been on, you know, a spiritual path or a seeking path of some kind in their lives, and then, and yes, may have quite a lot of ritual built into their lives pre motherhood, and it's a huge grief actually, because not being able to do those rituals feels actually like they've lost a part of themselves. It goes a lot deeper than, you know, the mere actions that they're not able to do anymore. And it's true, it's those micro rituals. Definitely. I have another one that I started doing when I was homeschooling my kids. I homeschooled them for a year, and yeah, it was really intense. And we had this, I had this ritual that I called first sip outside, and I would make my morning tea or coffee or whatever I was drinking that day. And I would go outside on the back deck and I'd close the patio door behind me. Everybody's safe for like 3 minutes. It's going to be fine. And when the patio door closed, they knew like that's a boundary. That's a hard line, my friends. And I would just go out and I would just take the first sip of my tea outside. And it would just give me a moment to take a deeper breath, notice what was happening, you know, out in the woods or in the ocean, and then I'd go back into the fray. But it was like it was exactly what I needed. And it was what was possible. And we can talk all day long about how you know, more needs to be possible for most mothers and most people who are caregiving. Um, but but what is true for a lot of us is that those micro rituals are where it's at.